And when you fast, do not make it obvious, as the hypocrites do, who try to look pale and disheveled so people will admire them for their fasting. I assure you, that is the only reward they will ever get. But when you fast, comb your hair and wash your face, then no one will suspect you are fasting except your Father, who knows what you do in secret. And your Father, who knows all secrets, will reward you. There is only one fast specifically mentioned in the Old Testament, the Day of Atonement, which was observed in the seventh month. The Jewish leaders appointed additional fast days to remember specific times of stress in Israel's natural history. In addition, the rabbis increased the times of fasting to twice a week, on Monday and Thursday. Thursday, because that was the day when they said Moses went up on Mount Sinai, and Monday, because that was the day when he came down. They used these two fasts as a means to flaunt their spirituality. In the time of Joshua, fasting lasted from dawn to sunset. Outside that time, normal meals could be eaten. For the Jew, there was only one compulsory fast, the fast on the Day of Atonement. On that day, from morning to evening, all men, some say this included women, had to inflict themselves. The Jewish tribal law lays it down. On the Day of Atonement, it is forbidden to eat, or to drink, or to bathe, or to anoint oneself, or to wear sandals, or to indulge in conjugal intercourse. Even young children had to be trained to some measure of fasting on the Day of Atonement, so that when they grew up, they would be prepared to accept the national fast. Joshua, when using the word fast, would of his nature, only saying what he heard his father say, be referring to either Leviticus 16:31, the Day of Atonement fast, or Isaiah 58, 5 through 14, where Yahweh defines fasting. Since here in the 17th verse, he says, anoint your head and wash your face, which contradicts the method of fasting in Leviticus 16:31. Joshua is describing the protocol for the Isaiah 54 fast. Is it such a fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable year day to Yahweh? Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out of thy house? When thou see the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh? Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The honor of Yahweh shall be thy rear guard. Then shalt thou call, and Yahweh shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity, and if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light shine in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday. And Yahweh shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt rise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh, honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, not finding thy own pleasure, not speaking thy own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh. And I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken it. Yahweh, through Isaiah, describes the fast that he has chosen. Therefore, when Yahshua refers to a fast, he would of necessity be referring to the one on the Day of Atonement, or the one described here in Isaiah 58. This fast in Isaiah 58 describes Yahshua and his ministry. May God's presence fill your heart with peace, strength, and unwavering faith. Keep speaking his promises, keep trusting his word, and keep pressing forward in his love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration from God's word. Stay encouraged, stay faithful, and always remember God is with you.